We were on the topic of investments. If you got 200, 300K sitting around, or you pull it out of your line, or what are you going to do with it? Brock, what are you thinking? What are you doing with that money? What sort of investment are you going to be looking into?
First of all, before I start, one thing I did want to bring up, 10-year anniversary for you guys. I want to congratulate. I'm a new partner. I'm still not there, but you guys have been doing an amazing
10 years,
job.
Stevie.
Cheers.
10 years anniversary.
Salute.
Doesn't come easy,
Salute.
so cheers to you. Cheers to
Thank
Juan.
you.
It's been a great 10 years. I've gained 30 pounds and I'm bald.
It's been a great 10 years. I gained about 5 and I'm still bald.
That's how you know your business is successful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
There were-
So I'm getting fit. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
we did that too to begin with.
I was fit at one point.
Yeah,
though.
it's all good.
goes.
So tell me, what are you thinking investment-wise?
Personally, I think I'm more into the assignment side. The way the market is shifting and where everybody is going right now, there's a lot of panic selling. People are panicking. Oh my God, the rates are up. Like you say, people are short-sighted. They're not looking at the long term.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great opportunities to pick up some really good assignments, especially if you have 300,000-400,000 laying around. It doesn't even have to be just one assignment. Some assignments can be closing in 2 or 3 years' time. You can pick up 2 or 3 in a good location. So where somebody overpaid tremendously, now they're just dying to get out of it.
Yeah. That's the advantage now. When the market was crazy hot, people were buying junk areas. We talked about location before. They were buying crappy areas, just jumping on them because the price per square foot was low enough for them to even get into the market.
And then what happened to them?
Well, you know what? Look, in that market, in that time, best decision they could possibly make. They're dealing with the time. Not to mention that's whether it's 1 year, 3 year, 5 years ago, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But the idea now is that you can actually pick and choose that assignment and pick a good property.
Yeah.
Like Mikey, we're going after. Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, well, it's a perfect way to break it in. It's like the pre-con market, which is something that obviously, like everything else, has been greatly affected over the last 8 months to a year, and with the rates the way that they've been, there's still awesome opportunity. Like right after this, we're going to the grand opening of Q Tower.
Q Tower.
Lifetime Development. Big up our guy Brian Brown.
Yeah.
And something like that, which is going to be a crazy, beautiful project that they're building. Something like that is where I still see that there's an opportunity. Is the price per square footage high? Yeah. But
you know what?
But you know what? The good thing about that property, whereas a lot of the stuff that we're talking about from the past, where it's occupancy in 4 years, this is supposed to be ready in 2030.
Yeah,
so imagine what can happen in 7 years of investing into something right now.
Look, the price per square foot at the 18. Estimated 17, 18. We're going to find out tonight what the reality is. First of all, that whole way of describing a price of a unit. You've got to understand the industry to understand what that really means. It doesn't mean that you're buying a 2,000 square foot unit at $1,700 or $1,800 a foot, right? The bigger the units, the lower price per square foot. It doesn't mean you're buying a 500 square foot unit. In fact, there's going to be some smaller ones. They're averaging it out. So just for clarity purposes, now when the market was crazy hot, 1,800 was all over the place, and those buildings were selling out.
2,000 for luxury,
right? And also exactly. Yeah. So I'm excited for this project, and
too.
We don't promote really a lot of the projects, just the ones we truly believe in. This is one
and that's
of them.
why. And there's certain guys that we've rolled with throughout the years, and a handful of developers that we've never that have never let us down and never let our clients down. And Lifetime is definitely on the top of the list with some fantastic projects.
I just want to throw something. You guys are saying 1,800 is so high. Guys, I remember Nobu was released at $800 a square foot. People thought that was
that's right.
Right? Look, like it always
but
goes
that
back
comes back to being short-sighted.
And it goes back to location. Right? Like you mentioned before.
This is prime.
This is, you're talking about next to the CN Tower. Like this is prime heart of the city.
When I was a young man, when you were in high school and I started selling real estate, there was a time.
He was probably in diapers, actually. Still.
I was still in Israel.
In Israel, exactly. There was a guy. There was a guy who I sold his house for $800,000 in Thornhill Woods, and he gave me this whole speech about how he's selling now because there's never going to be a time that those properties are worth more.
Than $1 million bucks.
There's never going to be a time. I said, buddy, in a year from now or 2 years from now, your house may be worth $1 million. And he said, are you crazy? There's never going to be a time where his house now that he sold, I just sold a similar, Steve and I just sold a similar house to that house. We sold it for $2.780. You know what I mean?
It's the same thing with condos. Will the condo market on the resale, will it ever hit 2,000? Will it ever hit 3,000? It's like New York City. Did you ever think New York's going to be 4,000 or 5,000 square foot? It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
Listen, Toronto is becoming New York City with prices, though. It is. It's rental-wise.
I was about to say, the rental market in Toronto is out of control.
Listen, the word the six, thanks to Drake, shout out to Drake. He put the map, like he really put Toronto on the huge map. Like
Yeah.
he really put it out there. People want to be here. So when you tell me $1,800 a foot, it's expensive. Talk to me in 3 years time.
Yeah.
I wish I invested it. I wish I bought it at that time.
But yeah,
right?
and that's
It's-
why people can't just be wrapped up. And I don't want to sound like a real estate agent just trying to convince people to buy. I'm looking to buy right now. I'm looking for opportunities right now as an investor, and I know the savvy investors that we work with right now, and I know that we all have the same. They are looking to purchase property right now because they're not going to be, looking and narrow-minded in regards to what the current interest rates are going. The current interest rates, they're not even that preposterous by any means, but they're not going to stay. If you're buying real estate, you have to buy real estate long-term. You have to think about what is this, where is the upside in this property, and even if it is the kind of thing where you can look at it and say, I may own this for a few years. A lot of things change. Look how much has changed over the last 5 years alone, up and down 3 times.
I remember I was talking to investors when COVID just started. I called investors, guys, buy condos right now. Buy downtown condos. They're the lowest. People.
Yeah, everyone
But-
exiting out.
But I told them the only thing is you're gonna have to hold on to them empty. So if you have the cash flow, it's good. Don't rent it out. Some people are like, no, you're talking.
Right.
The guys that actually pulled trigger, they're laughing.